guys, welcome to Tech Design. Hope everyone is doing great. So in the previous tutorial we have discussed about how we can make this part 1 and part 2. So these modeling we have done and we have saved it in local drive. So what I will do is I will just take up our next part of a video. Next part, that is third part. So let us start doing the third part now. So what I'll do is I'll just create a new file, and this should be part 3, and I'll just click OK. So I'm going to go to sketcher environment on the same plane what we have done for the 2 parts. So now here I'm going to draw a simple sketch. So let me go into create a sketch here. It should be 2.58 mm and it should be in vertical line. And now what I'll do is this point should lie on x-axis, so I'll just hit C, geometric constraints. So this point should lie on this x-axis. Okay, so now let me go to line and draw this profile. So first I will draw the profile and then later we'll just provide dimensions. Okay, so this is our profile. So I'm going to trim this using a make corner. So I have trimmed this. So now let me give some dimensions. So I'm going to make this point should lie on this. Okay, before that I'll just provide a dimensions. So let me give a dimensions. So this angle should be 105. So let me give 105 mm. Okay, and whatever the length we have here between this to this point, it should be 2.3. okay, and this is 1 mm and this is 1.7 mm. okay, and this is 1.6 mm, and then this is 3.15. okay, and between this point to this point it is 2.7. okay, and from this point to this point it is 8.3. okay, so now let me give this like this. okay, now the angle between these to this is 135. so let me give this dimension as 135. okay, now let me give okay, so this should come like this. okay, so now let me give a rapid dimension between this to this. It is 1 mm. okay, and this is 1.15, and then this is 2.15. okay, so this line should lie on this point. So let me hit C and point and a curve. So this point should be on this. okay, now what I'll do is I'll just make this point should lie on this axis. So hit C and this point should lie on this axis. So now as you can see here, our sketch is fully constrained. So this is a sketch we have to draw. So you can just make a note of all the dimensions. So now what I'll do is I'll just finish the sketch and I will rotate this. So go to revolve and sketch, and my rotation will be along this. Yeah, now it is fine. So now what I'll do is I'll just go to sketcher environment on this plane and I'll just click OK. So now what I'll do is I'll just draw some profile here. So this profile be like this. so it should be vertical. And let me trim this extra line, so this should be trimmed, and go to line here and make a line here like this. Okay, so now whatever this angle we have, it should be 45/2. So let me give an angular dimension between these two. This, it should be 45/2. Okay, and then let me go to linear dimension. So from this point to this point, it is 4.05/2. Okay, and then whatever this dimension, it is 3.30 divided by 2. Okay, so now as you can see here, our sketch is fully constrained. So now we can finish the sketch, and now what I will do is I'll just go to revolve, and I'm going to select this sketch. It should be along this direction, and the point will be this, and it should be removed from the body. So I'm going to just remove it from the body. Okay, so this is what we got, and now I'll just provide an edge fillet. So this is an edge blend with 0.5 mm. Okay, click OK, and also we need to provide one chamfer. So go to chamfer, it should be 0.1 mm and 45 degree. So I'm going to select two edges, so this edge and this edge. You can just click OK. So now I'm just going to hit Ctrl W and hide everything and show only solid bodies. Okay, so this is the next part we have. So this part 3 is completed. I'll just save it. So now we will create a fourth part. So fourth part is very easy, guys. So let me create a new file for that and keep it as so now I will make it as a part 4 and click OK. So now here is our 3D workbench. So now let me go to Sketcher environment. So I'm going to go to Sketcher environment on this plane, and I will click OK. So now I will create a simple circle here, circle with a 4.5 mm diameter, and now finish the sketch. So now I will going to extrude this, extrude of up to 1.7. so I'm going to select this, and now 1.7 is the extrude length. So let me click OK. So this is my fourth part. So let me save this part, hit Ctrl W, hide everything and show solid bodies, and save it. Okay, so now let me go to create a new file, which is part 4. Sorry guys, it's part 5. So now what I will do is I'll just go to Sketcher environment on this plane. So any plane is okay, since we are creating a 3D assembly. So any plane you can create. And now here I'm going to draw and lines here. So this is my first line and this is my second line, and let me give the dimension for this. So this dimension is 1.65. okay, so let me fit this, and this is also 1.65, so this should be 1.65. okay, and this is also 1.65. okay, so now there is a line here, small line, so let me draw that line as well. So this line and these two should be horizontally aligned. So let us make horizontal alignment for this, and let me draw a line to close this. And then we have an arc here, so let me draw an arc between this to this. okay, this whatever the arc is there, so this should be 0.5, which is nothing but 1 diameter. okay, so let me extend this with the E command, and now what I will do is you can just keep it here. Now there is a line here with parallel to this, and I'm going to draw this line. Now this, whatever the line is there, this is 0.5 mm diameter, sorry, distance, so this should be 0.5. okay, and this is also 0.5. okay, so now there is a line here as well, so this is the one more line. okay, and now there is an arc between these two, this, and also between these two, this. So these two should be tangent, so let me give a tangency here. okay, and also these two should be tangent. Now let me make this as a vertical alignment, and I'm going to extend this until the next point, and also this, and now I'm going to trim this extra line. okay, so and also these two, whatever the circles we have here, those two will be concentric, so let me make a concentric for these two. okay, let me delete this. okay, yeah, so now what else is left? So whatever the distance between these to this should be 1 mm. okay, so let me trim this extra line, so I'm going to trim this line. okay, so now whatever the distance we have from this to this, it is 5.4. okay, and from here to here it is 7.70. okay, now this is also, there is a dimension, so this dimension is 1.65. okay, so now we can see here there are two more dimensions that we need to provide, so let us see. okay, so just make this as a point, as a lying on this line. okay, and now what else is left? So now in order to check which is you can see here, this is the dimension should be, it should be horizontal, not a geometrical constraint. So now our sketch is fully constrained, so this is the sketch we need to draw here, and let me finish the sketch. So now let me go to revolve and revolve this sketch along this direction, and my point will be this point. okay, you can just click OK. So this is our fifth part, so hit Ctrl W and hide everything, show bodies, and save this. okay, so now what I'll do is I'll just create a new file, which is part 6. So now let me go to Sketcher again, and this is my Sketcher plane, and now here as well I'm going to draw a simple sketch. So this is the sketch. okay, so now let me give a dimensions. So from this to x-axis it is 4.85. okay, fit this now. Now whatever this is there, so this is 1.7. whatever the dimension, this is 0.5. okay, and this is 0.335, and then whatever this is there, this is 1 mm. okay, and then there is an angle, so let me give an angle here between this to this, it is 135. okay, and also I'll just make this concentric point on a curve, so this point should lie on this curve. So now sketch is fully constrained, but also we have some fillets here, so let us press F. Okay, and whatever this fillet is 1.5 mm and this is 0.35 mm. Okay, so sketch is fully constrained, so we can finish the sketch. And now go to revolve and select this sketch. So my vector will be along this direction, the point will be this. Okay, sorry, so this is my point. So I'll just finish I'll just click OK. So now I need to provide a chamfer. So chamfer should be 0.25 and it should be 45 degrees for these two edges. So now our sixth model is done, so we can just save this, hit Ctrl W, hide everything and show solid bodies and save this. Okay, so now what I will do is I will just make a seventh part. So go to new part 7, click OK. So I'm going to go into sketches, so I'm going to select this plane and hit OK. So now here as well I'm going to draw a line here. So this is one line and I'm going to have a profile here. So this is the profile. So this dimension I will provide 2.25. Okay, and fit it. So now go to line and make a profile. So this is my profile. You can just draw a profile first and then later we can just provide dimensions in order to completely constrain it. Okay, so this point should lie on this y-axis, so hit geometric constraint, point on a curve. So this point should be on this curve. Okay, now trim this extra line. And also, as you can see, when we are creating, there are some constraint that is developed, so we just need to delete them, otherwise it will make over constraint. So I have deleted them. So now let me give a dimensions. So this is 2.25 and let me give this dimension. So this is 7.55. okay, so this is 14 mm. So let me draw this here and drag it here. Okay, so now the dimensions from this to this, it is 7 mm and whatever this dimension, it is 4.5 and between this to this it is 1.2 mm and this is 22.5 mm and whatever this, it is 2.3 mm. okay, so now let me give an angle. So here is angular dimension, so between this to this it is 30 degree and then we have here between these two it is 45. okay, so between these to this it is 156.11 and then finally between this to this it is 120. okay, so now there are two dimensions are left, so let me give this dimension. So this length is 3.52. okay, so now we are left with only one dimension. So let me check, let me try to move any of these lines. If any line is moving, then we have to provide a dimension for that. So I could not see any line moving. okay, so here is the point that is created, so we just need to remove that point. So I'm going to delete this. okay, so now as you can see here, sketch is fully constrained, so we can just finish the sketch and I'm going to revolve this. So so this is what we got. So now we have to go to sketch element on the same plane. okay, Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll just draw a simple line here. So we just need to remove the material. For that we will create a the sketch. So I'll go to line and I'll start creating a line here, and there is a slope like this, and then there is a line. Okay, so now what I'll do is, let me give a dimension. So between these two x-axis it is 1.10. okay, and also this, there is a line, as you can see, we can just draw a line here, and between here as well there is a line. Let me draw this line as well. So now let me go to trim and trim these extra lines. Also this point should lie on this center line, so let me give this point should be lying on this line. Okay, so now it is completely constrained, completely defined. So now let me give some dimensions here. So whatever this length, hit D for dimensioning, and this dimension is 2.25. okay, and whatever this length we have, it is 33.50. okay, and then there is an angle here, so let me give an angle of 150. okay, so now this sketch is fully constrained. Also we have some more sketches we need to do here. So I'm going to draw to rectangle, so I'm going to create a simple rectangle here, and the dimension for this is 1.5 mm, and this is 1 mm. okay, and now the distance here is from this point to this axis, it is 4 mm. And now I just wanted to pattern this, so I'll just go to pattern, and this should be linear pattern. So I'm going to select this sketch, and it should be along this direction, so it should be in the opposite direction. Let me reverse this. okay, and it should be count should be 4, and the pitch distance should be 3. So let me keep as it is, and it can click OK. So now our sketch is done. So what I'll do is I'll just finish the sketch, and let me go to revolve, and I'm going to revolve this along this, and the point will be this point. So it should be removed from the body, so I'll just give subtract and I'll click OK. So now I have to provide an edge blend. So go to edge blend, and here this edge I will be giving 12 mm and click OK. So now again I'm going to go to edge blend and hit 1.5 is the blend value. So let me give this, and then this, and here these two, and at the end this one and this one. okay, and just click OK. So now at the end what I will do is I'll just now here I am just going to give the edge blend. So go to edge blend, and now the value will be 0.35, and I'm going to select all these edges carefully. Okay, so just rotate it and select these edges. Okay, I guess all the edges are selected, so you can just click OK. So now see, all the edges are selected. So carefully you can just select all the edges. If you miss any edges, you can just double click on this and select whatever the left out edges. Okay, so now this is part 7. So we'll just hide everything and show only solid body and save this model. So that's all for today's video, guys. So in the next tutorial I'll be showing you the part 8, and then I will make an assembly of this part plug, and I will show you how that looks. Thank you guys. Please subscribe to my channel, hit a like button, as well as share my videos.